What is the latest record count for ATF's illegal digital searchable national gun registry?
Zero. We obey the law.
According
We do not,
to your letter,
none of our
according
records.
to your letter, you have over 865 million of these records are in digitalized format. You have admitted it.
Respectfully, I think ATF is the only customer of Adobe Acrobat that pays money to remove search function.
Before the Commerce, Justice, Science Subcommittee of the Appropriations Committee in April of last year, you testified that ATF pays Adobe Acrobat Extra to have certain search functionality eliminated.
That's not correct.
Well, is ATF's digital database of gun owner records capable of being opened by normal Adobe Acrobat and searched by name?
What you just watched is exactly why oversight matters. Welcome back to Congress Lens. I'm Audrey, and today we're breaking down one of the most intense hearing clashes I've seen in a while. Representative Harriet Hageman went head-to-head with the ATF Director over what looks, sounds, and functions like a digital gun registry, even though the ATF keeps insisting it does not exist. In my opinion, Harriet Hageman was focused, relentless, and completely justified in pressing for direct answers. When you are talking about 920 million records, with more than 865 million digitized, that is not some minor paperwork issue. That is a massive federal database. The American people deserve clarity. If you care about government transparency, constitutional rights, and holding federal agencies accountable, make sure you like this video, subscribe to Congress Lens, and share your thoughts in the comments. Let's get into it.
From Wyoming is recognized.
A December 2021 ATF memo alerted the American people that the ATF was maintaining a digital, searchable, centralized registry of guns and gun owners in violation of various federal prohibitions and contrary to what you testified to under oath today. In response, Representative Michael Cloud and 52 House members sent the ATF a letter dated November 22, 2021. ATF responded to that letter stating that it had 920,664,765 records, 865,787 and 86,000 of which are in a digitalized format, which Gun Owners of America has proved to be searchable. This was discovered shortly after ATF was revealed to have processed over 54 million records in a single year. What is the latest record count for ATF's illegal digital searchable national gun registry?
Zero. We obey the law.
According
We do not,
to your letter,
none of our
according
records.
to your letter, you have over 865 million of these records are in digitalized format. You have admitted it.
Respectfully, I think ATF is the only customer of Adobe Acrobat that pays money to remove search function.
Before the Commerce, Justice, Science Subcommittee of the Appropriations Committee in April of last year, you testified that ATF pays Adobe Acrobat Extra to have certain search functionality eliminated.
That's not correct.
Well, is ATF's digital database of gun owner records capable of being opened by normal Adobe Acrobat and searched by name?
Again,
It's a yes or no question. Is it?
We pay to have search function eliminated. We don't pay Adobe Acrobat, I believe. We pay somebody else. But
if ATF asked, could Adobe Acrobat re-enable name search functionality on ATF's illegal gun registry?
it is not an illegal registry. We do not
If
search
ATF
by. We
asked-
do not search by. We do not search in the method that you're suggesting, and we cannot. And these are records that we pay a public safety cost, which Congress to balance for this decision.
If ATF asked, could Adobe Acrobat re-enable name search functionality on ATF's illegal gun registry?
I'm not an expert in Adobe Acrobat coding. I do know that we do not keep a gun registry. I also know that
you have admitted that you have over 920 million records, over 865 million of which are in digitalized format, correct?
the question, if your answer is, are they somehow scanned in so that we literally don't have to have 950 million pieces of paper That is a lot different from what you're implying with respect to having a gun registry. It is also true, Congressman, that we don't have any records of firearms purchases
Let me ask
for
this
people
question.
who are still in business, which is the vast majority of currently
You
sold
also-
firearms. We have zero.
You also testified before that subcommittee that ATF's digital database of gun and gun owners is not capable of being searched by personal identifier. Can ATF's gun registry be searched by make, model, and serial number, enough searchability to create a list of, say, all AR-15 owners?
The answer to your question is we do not use, search,
You're not
get
answering
around
my
the
question.
registry.
You're not answering my question.
Your question had, respectfully, it was a technical question with 5 or 6 different parts.
Can
I'm
the
trying not to
registry be
erroneously, as you said, I'm under oath, I'm trying not to erroneously misstate things of technical nature. We do not keep a registry. We use these things for pending homicide investigations. It takes us a lot longer to find the name of the killer.
Mr. Dettelbach, you have mentioned gun running and gun violence associated with Mexican cartels and the crime associated with that. In fact, you refer to the cartels as, quote, the most dangerous organizations in the world. How many conversations have you had with President Biden or Secretary Mayorkas demanding that they close the southern border?
We do not, ATF does not.
How many discussions have you had with President Biden or Mayorkas about closing the southern border?
The answer to your question is,
Zero.
we work with DHS
How many
on
conversations have
border-related.
you had with them demanding that they close the southern border?
Again.
It's a simple question.
Again, I have, may I answer?
How many conversations have you had
We
demanding?
discuss our border-related security issues with DHS frequently. I have had
Have you
conversations
demanded
with
that they
Secretary
close the
Mayorkas
southern
about our
border?
efforts.
Have you
to try and-
demanded that they close the southern border?
I'm at ATF. It is not our jurisdiction to police the southern border. That's for DHS, Congresswoman.
You don't care about crime in this country if you're not trying to address what's going on at the southern border.
Respectfully, I deeply disagree. I think it's very unfair.
Gentleladies, time.
All right, after watching that full exchange, here's my honest take. Harriet Hageman came prepared. She cited specific numbers. She referenced prior testimony. She quoted official letters. She walked in with receipts. When Harriet Hageman pointed out that the ATF acknowledged having over 920 million records, with more than 865 million digitized, that shifted the tone of the hearing. At that point, this was no longer theoretical. It was about capability. The ATF Director kept repeating, "We do not have a registry." But Harriet Hageman was not asking what ATF calls it. She was asking how it functions. That difference matters. If you have hundreds of millions of digitized records that can be opened in Adobe Acrobat, and you are paying extra to disable search functions, then the obvious follow-up is the one Harriet Hageman asked. Could those search functions be turned back on? Instead of a clear yes or no, the response shifted to not being an expert in Adobe coding. That does not build confidence. It feels like a dodge. Harriet Hageman also asked whether the system could be searched by make, model, or serial number. In other words, could it effectively be used to compile a list of firearm owners? Again, the answer was technical and carefully worded, but not direct. Here is why Harriet Hageman's questioning resonated with me. Transparency builds trust. Evasion weakens it. If the ATF truly has no ability to create a searchable registry, that should be simple to explain in plain terms. Clear answers build credibility. Complicated phrasing and repeated denials without specifics do not. Then the hearing shifted to border security. Harriet Hageman pointed out that the ATF Director described Mexican cartels as some of the most dangerous organizations in the world. So her next question made sense. How many times has ATF leadership pushed for stronger action at the southern border? The answer focused on jurisdiction, saying border enforcement falls under the Department of Homeland Security. That may be technically accurate, but Harriet Hageman's broader point was about urgency and coordination. If cartel violence is a major factor in gun trafficking and crime, then agencies should be aggressively working together and pushing solutions. When Harriet Hageman said that ignoring the southern border means not caring about crime in this country, that was the emotional high point of the exchange. It was blunt. It was strong. but it reflected real frustration. Overall, Harriet Hageman did what congressional oversight is supposed to look like. She did not accept vague answers. She did not let the conversation drift. She stayed on point. Whether someone agrees with Harriet Hageman politically or not, this was persistent, focused questioning. And that is what hearings are meant to be about. This exchange was not just about gun records. It was about limits on federal power, transparency, and public trust. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the ATF Director gave clear answers, or do you think Harriet Hageman exposed serious concerns? This is Congress Lens. I'm Audrey. I'll see you in the next breakdown.